Nearly every character in Top Girls has made or is in the process of making life changing decisions with important consequences. The dinner party in Act 1, Scene 1 exemplifies this. Each of the historical figures has made a hard choice. For example, Pope Joan chose to live like a boy and then a man in public. When she became pregnant by her secret lover, the stoning death of her and her baby were consequences of her chosen life. Joyce chose to adopt Angie, which led to a certain life path. Joyce believes that she miscarried her own child because of the demands of raising Angie. Marlene also made several hard choices. She became a career woman who spent some time working in the States. Marlene is estranged from her family, including her biological daughter, Angie, and does not seem to have many close friends, female or male. Her dinner party in celebration of her promotion consists of women who are dead or do not really exist, not with friends or family. She has no love relationship. Marlene is very much alone because of her life choices. While her daughter Angie has already made two life choices, dropping out of school at the age of 16 with no qualifications and running away to London to live with her aunt oblique mother. The consequences of these actions in her life are unclear. Success is an important part of Marlene's life in Top Girls, defining who she is and whose company she enjoys. The dinner party is meant to celebrate her promotion to managing director as well as the successes of her guests. Joan became the Pope, Isabella traveled the world, Gret fought the devils in hell, Griselda survived her husband's extraordinary tests of loyalty. Marlene sees these women as successful, though they are not in her real, everyday life. Marlene's personal life is a failure because of her success in in business. She has no real friends in the play, and she has not seen her sister or biological daughter in 7 years. At the dinner party, she moans at one point, "Oh God, why are we all so miserable?" Yet, Marlene believes that Joyce is mostly a failure because she did not grow beyond her neighborhood. Instead, she got married and raised a child. Joyce cleans houses for a living and she is not impressed by Marlene's life. Joyce does not really see her world in the same terms of success or failure. She does what is necessary to survive and to rear Angie. However, both sisters agree that Angie has no chance of being a success in life. Angie has no education, no ambition, and is regarded as dumb. The best she might do is menial work and marry. While this describes Joyce's life, both Joyce and Marlene perceive that Angie might not be able to take care of herself. This would be the ultimate failure in their eyes. They agree that one should support oneself. Marlene and Joyce's differing definitions of success stem in part from a class conflict. Marlene has moved beyond her working class roots to a middle class life by education and persistence. She holds a management position in a demanding field, an employment agency. She even lived and worked in the United States for several years. Marlene supports the political agenda of Great Britain's female Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, even though she is perceived as anti working class. Joyce remains firmly working class, leading a life only slightly better than her parents. She works as a cleaning lady to support Angie. Unlike Joyce and Marlene's mother, who stayed with her alcoholic husband and had nothing, Joyce told her husband to leave when she could no longer take his controlling nature and numerous affairs. Joyce regards Thatcher as evil, comparing her to Adolf Hitler for her attitudes toward working class people. Joyce believes that Marlene thinks she is too good for her. Marlene says she does not like working class people, but she does not really include her sister as one of them. The pair never come to an understanding on class. Throughout the text of Top Girls is an implicit discussion on what society expects women to be. Each of the guests at the dinner party defines womanhood in a particular era, either by what they are or by what they are not. Isabella, for example, could not live up to the standards of femininity defined by her sister Henny. Yet Isabella was a traveler who saw more of the world than most men. Marlene also breaks out of the traditional roles for women by virtue of her career. While Marlene has benefited economically from her career, her disregard for sex roles has its problems. She is not married and it does not seem like she is in a long-term relationship. Joyce does not really like her. Mrs. Kidd, the wife of the man who has passed over for the promotion that Marlene got, begs her to not take it. Mrs. Kidd believes that the upset Howard should not have to work for a woman. Further, Mrs. Kidd hopes that Marlene will give up the promotion because Howard has to support his family. Mrs. Kidd calls Marlene unnatural for her uncompromising stand on the promotion and her attachment to her job. Marlene does not give in, but such sexism does not make her life and choices any easier. Language connects deeply to personal and collective identity in Top Girls. In Act 1, Churchill explores this relationship through an experimental and surrealist technique, interweaving the different characters' stories in a kaleidoscopic way. Each woman speaks in the idiom of a particular historical era, but their speeches overlap, emphasizing their common experiences, resisting patriarchy across generations. Churchill also uses language as an indicator of class status and social differentiation, her depiction of 1970s Britain. The female characters who work at Top Girls, Nell, Win, and Marlene, speak in a casual, slang heavy manner that places them inside an elite and competitive circle of professional women. Meanwhile, Joyce and Angie use caustic, curse laden language that marks them as working class individuals. Angie's simple vocabulary, however, also carries an emotional intensity and directness that recalls Dulgret's speech in Act 1.